What's up, guys? Chef JT, the Phatboy himself, and we're back. Today, I feel like pasta. That's what the hell we're gonna do. There's a few ingredients that I have here. I'm just gonna make this up as I go, so don't act like I know what I'm doing. I kinda do, but check it out. With this type of ravioli, I think it would be really good to have some roasted garlic. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roast some garlic. Whole bunch of it. And normally this is what you do. You wash it and then you dry it and you put it in some type of metal container or, you know, some type of pan that you can put in your oven. I'm going to grab some olive oil and I'm just going to fill it. Now, this works in two different ways. Number one, it'll roast your garlic. And number two, it makes your olive oil into garlic oil. So you can use it for whatever you want to use it, as far as, you know, any type of dishes that you want to use garlic in, you can use it. You cover it with a little bit of foil. And you're going to pop this in a 280-degree oven for about 4 hours. You're going to take this and put it in a 280-degree oven. And I'm going to let that go for about 4 hours. You can tell that it's starting to caramelize because you can start smelling garlic throughout the whole house. All right. Now, there's two things that happens to garlic when you caramelize it. Number one, the pungent raw garlic flavor softens, so it becomes a lot sweeter. It develops some sweetness, and it also it doesn't dull it. It just kind of softens the garlic, and so it's a lot more palatable than raw garlic. So, and whatever you want to use it in, it'll be delicious. I have some Roma tomatoes here. I'm just gonna cut off a few of the pieces that I don't like. I'm gonna cut off the core here. I have 4 of them. So I'm gonna cut off 4 cores. Pop that on. We're gonna let this thing get piping hot. But while we wait for that to get hot, I'm just gonna chop these up really fast. And I want some decent size random chops. It doesn't matter because they're gonna start breaking down inside the sauce anyway. Now I'm using Roma tomatoes, but you can use any type of tomatoes that you like. And for most sauces, some people may take out their seeds. I don't do that. I use the whole thing. Now I'm gonna put these in the pan, and I want these to start sauteing. But really, I want to cook them until a lot of the liquid going in starts to come out of it. So that's going to be the basis for our sauce. It's starting to break down, exactly what I want. Give a little booze. Right on in. It's starting to break down. The red wine is the alcohol is cooking off, so what's going to be left is the flavor from the grapes. Oh, and just so you know, whatever wine you cook with should be the same wine that you drink. Don't use crappy wine in your dishes. Use the same wine that you like in your dishes. It comes out so much better. All right, so no crappy wine. Unless you like crappy wine. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit. Because tomatoes have a tendency to be acidic. And I want to counteract that acidity with a little bit of sugar. A little bit of ketchup. I like adding the ketchup. It's one of those things that you can't really, you can't really point it out in the tomato sauce, but just makes it so much better. All right, I got my sauce. As you see, with the little bit of water and the red wine, the tomatoes are starting to release a lot of their juices, and it's making my own little tomato sauce. I didn't put any garlic or any type of aromatics in the beginning because I wanted the tomatoes to cook a little bit first. And so I'm going to add some of my aromatics and also some garlic, the roasted garlic I was telling you guys about, in right now. I'm going to add a nice little bit of roasted garlic. maybe about a tablespoon. Smells good. Adjust for seasoning, add a little more salt, a little more fresh cracked pepper. The garlic is already starting to come to life in it. And I told you it's roasted. And no, it's not the one that we put in the oven. That one has about 3 more hours to go. All right. Taste again. Guys, you always taste your food. You need to. Taste throughout the whole cooking process so you know where you have to change some things, or you might have to adjust some seasonings, and you do it as it's cooking. I'm gonna let this go for about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna add my little petite tomatoes right into it. I want them to burst, but just burst. I don't want them to break down. I'm gonna let this reduce so all the flavors come together. Yes, the sauce is coming along pretty good actually. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. All right, this is at the stage now where I'm gonna add my little small tomatoes here, and I'm gonna get the pasta going as well. Since I'm feeling froggy, I think I might add a little bit more garlic to it. It's good. Make everybody at my table's breath funky. As you see, my sauce is starting to reduce. It has a lot of body. It's starting to get thicker. Exactly what I want. All right. This is reducing quite nicely. I think it's almost there. I'm gonna taste it one more time for seasoning. Yep, pretty nice. I'm gonna add a little bit more cracked black pepper. You can never have enough of it. And I'm gonna add a little bit of plant butter, plant-based butter, which is gonna go right along with the entire dish. Put a little plant butter in there, and we're gonna turn it off. Let that melt. And that sauce is wait a minute. Almost forgot one thing. My fresh basil. And just roughly chop it. I'm not trying to get like a real chiffonade, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna put that in there, break it up a little bit with my hands, and it's gonna go right into the sauce. My knife here. That same heat is going to help that basil to release all this deliciousness right into the dish. And as you can see, my tomatoes have just started to to break down a little bit, but they're not all the way broken down. That's exactly what I want. I want a little bit of texture in there. One more taste. That's money. All right, my pasta water is boiling. It tastes like the sea. I'm gonna start adding all the pasta straight in. Now this pasta only has to cook for about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. It says 5 on the instructions, but I'm going to cook it for at least a minute or a minute and a half inside my saute pan with my sauce, so it'll finish cooking all the way there. So when these float, they're ready. Okay? So just cook them until they float. When they float, take them out. All right, my pasta they're all floating. That means that they're done. But before I drain them, I'm gonna take a little bit of that pasta water out, a little bit more, and put right into my sauce. That helps to give my sauce a little bit more body. Go ahead and drain it. Now, I'm only gonna let those drain for about a minute, and then they're going right into my saute pan. I'm gonna heat these back up. Bring it back to a boil. It's perfectly seasoned, it's ready to go. I just add a little bit of that pasta water to it. As soon as we bring it to a boil, I'm gonna pop it right back in there. Boil! All right, my pasta's been drained for about a minute. Put it right into the sauce. There's one left. Get your butt in there. Okay, great. Now at this point, I'm just going to work the ravioli around the sauce. And I'm gonna let it heat up for maybe a minute or two. And then the ravioli is done. Now also guys, this pasta, the longer it sits in the sauce, it will start to absorb some of the sauce. So the flavor should be all the way kicking all the way through. All right. All right, this looks good. All right, let's start plating it. Looks like it's ready to go almost. I'm gonna take some of these ravioli. I'm gonna plate it up. This smells delicious, guys. I wish you guys can smell it. I know smell-o-vision. I wish it was a real thing, but it is if you're here. For those of you not, sucks to be you. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Nice. Okay. Have some fresh Parmesan cheese. Gonna grate a little bit. I know it's not vegan for all of you guys, but it's plant-based, except for the cheese. There we have it. Clean my plate a little bit. Looks good to me. You know what? One of them going in. I might need a minute. Damn, that's good.
All right, so.
Welcome back. You gotta have me.